Hi, my name is Ryan, and I'm with HistoriCorps. Today we're going to spend a little time talking about ratchet straps. One of the things that makes HistoriCorps unique is that we actually travel all across the United States to do projects. And so this traveling circus, we really need a lot of techniques to make sure we get our mobile tool shops from one site to the next. And ratchet straps are one of the keys to doing that. We find that a lot of times people can have some challenges making them function properly. We want to make sure everyone's able to do it safe and properly. So ideally, we'd love to see these type of tools all put away properly and really easy to get out and use again, but sometimes that doesn't happen. We work hard and we spend a lot of time in the field, and sometimes we just need to get going. So sometimes you'll find these in a pretty big mess. They've got a lot of knots and whatnot. This one is pretty free, but we're going to take it all the way apart and we're going to start all the way over again. So I'm going to pull this strap all the way out. Let's talk about the parts of the ratchet strap next. So right here we've got our hooks on either side. We've got our webbing here, and we've got the actual ratchet system itself. So we'll start with this right here, the knuckle or the hinge, and I'm going to close this up. I'm going to take the end of our webbing here, and I'm going to run it through from this side to this side. I want to make sure that the webbing is always nice and flat and doesn't get kinked up in there. Here's another part of the tool. This button here, this one says unlock. You just have to squeeze this together and open this up. If it doesn't open all the way, open that button again until you get it nice and flat. At this point, the tool will allow this barrel, this cylinder, to spin freely. So if you can get enough pull on the webbing, you should be able to pull it apart if it's been wrapped up. If you need to release the barrel for any reason, there's also this lever here. So there's two ways to release the barrel, right here and right here. Let's show this thing in action again. So one more time, I've got the lever over here. I'm going to come from the back side. I'm going to adjust that a little bit. Bring the piece through and pull it out. Now let's look at how to actually use it in action. So for demonstration purposes, let's strap this box to this table. I'm going to pull this hook over the other side, and this is our free end. The bitter end is over on this side. And as we're pulling it through, I see this is getting all kinked up, so I'm going to make sure it's staying nice and flat as it runs through. And we'll take up the tension until we can get it as close as possible to the other side. So I'm putting a little bit of tension on here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lever and start ratcheting. And if you'll notice here, I'm making sure to keep this webbing nice and flat. It's not getting flipped around or kinked. And one challenge is that this barrel will actually get filled up with the webbing, and it won't be able to open anymore. So we want to make sure to take up as much slack as possible. I can see that this is fairly well strapped down. It's not moving anywhere. It takes quite a bit of pressure to ratchet any further, so I'm going to call that good. At that point, we still have all this extra material that we need to get rid of. So a trick that I learned way back in the day, actually strapping helicopters down in Antarctica, was to wrap the webbing in this manner until we get pretty close to the end. And then I'm going to take this piece and run it through. We've taken up a lot of the slack. Everything's fairly nice and tidy, and that's not going to get caught up in any wheels or anything like that. Well, I think that about does it. Again, my name's Ryan. I'm with HistoriCorps. We again want to ask you, we are a nonprofit, and we we rely on your donations and your support. So please consider donating to the cause. And if you're strapped for cash, consider volunteering. Thanks again. Have a great day.